You are being robbed. They are giving you bread when there's a bakery. Outward prayer, it can only emphasize material, physical things. Real intimate things, we can't do it in public. The thing about Alone with God is that when you start it sometimes, it feels very, what am I doing? I'm wasting my time. But you see, in that tarrying, what is happening is that you're moving from the flesh to the spirit. And that's the journey. When you hit the bakery, you will never need bread. What Nigerian Christians are looking for is bread. Give me bread. A job. If you're here and you're looking for a job, can I prophesy to you? When you get that job, after a while, your salary will not meet all your needs. You know what you do again after you get the job? You come back again and say, my rent. When you get that house, after a while, that house will either not contain you or you will need money to be paying for something. So if you're a bread seeker, you will permanently be begging for bread every second. The Christian life, it's not something you can do by collecting bread on a daily basis from somebody. It's not something you can do. You are being robbed, Africa. I don't know what to tell you people again. I'm so pained for the Christians of this generation, for the Christians of this nation. You see, when you go to a shop, the bread is displayed on the outside. The issue with the bread is that when you take this one for this morning, what will you eat tomorrow? You have to do what? Come on. Meanwhile, you are entitled to a bakery. When you have a bakery, you will never lack bread for the rest of your life. In fact, God will use you to feed other people for the rest of your life. What you will notice with outward prayer is that it can only emphasize material, physical things. Real intimate things, we can't do it in public. We can't join others, we can't be shouting. It's like a surgery. If they can't do surgery for you, all of us can line up now and they do surgery. They will take you inside. They will strip you naked. Sometimes that's not enough. They will now open you. It has to be private. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? But the African and Nigerian church has lost that. It's a lost art. And the way things work, just because something is raining, Africans are like that anyway. I remember when pure water business started. Every house had pure water business. Some of you are too young to know what pure water is. Do they say pure water? The one in sachet? Yeah? Okay. I've not seen it in a long time, so I've not seen it. I didn't know they see it. They see have sachet that the thing you tear it like this and drink it. Okay. Wow. Okay. I've not seen it in a long time. I thought they banned it one time. Because you are littering the place now. You know. That time when they started pure water business, everybody had it. Everybody had it. Because just buy that machine that seals it. That's all. From well. The point, I'm telling you. Everybody had it. So Nigerians are like that. Once something starts raining, everybody now does that group prayer. So gradually, the art, the endurance, the stamina. Because the thing about Alone with God is that when you start it sometimes, it feels very, what am I doing? I'm wasting my time. But you see, it's in that tarrying, in that pressing. Because what is happening is that you're moving from the flesh to the spirit. And that's the journey. That's a journey. If you are used to your flesh so much, and you are in prayer, sometimes you need to stay in prayer long enough to press in. I've learned that over the years. My early days in love, if I start praying, I don't feel anything. I say, today, make a live and tomorrow. But what I found out is that when you are praying and you're not feeling it, and you continue, after a while, you will hit into the spirit. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? So it's such a profound message. There's revelation in that inner place, in God's presence. There's direction for your life. That's what I'm saying. When you hit the bakery, you will never need bread. What Nigerian Christians are looking for is bread. Give me bread. A job. Woo! Woo! If you're here and you're looking for a job, can I prophesy to you? Some of you are like, prophesy, I don't get hype, man. Wait, Charles. When I say, can I prophesy? I say, prophesy! You know, they will not be hailing me. How do they do those things? They will not be hailing. This is the nonsense Nigerian church has become. It's the nonsense because people don't want to grow. The nonsense we have become. So let me prophesy to you. People are getting this. When you get that job, after a while, your salary will not meet all your needs. It's prophecy. Oh, because I didn't shake. Did I know you before? Did I know you before? I didn't know you are praying for a job now. Did I know you are praying for a job? Something is telling me that when you get that job, it won't take care of all your needs. That's what something is telling me. So you know what you do again? You know what you do again after you get the job? You come back again and say, my rent, my house. You come back again. When you get that house, after a while, that house will either not contain you or you will need money to be paying for something. It's a continuous, the need. And material needs are even the small part. You will still have needs where, you are praying for a child. Oh God, I need children. Or let me even say husband. Or let's say children. You know that when you have the children, now trusting God that they turn out okay is a different business. Should I prophesy? Can I prophesy? After you have those children, you need to train them. Drop mic. Let me drop mic. Raising kids. I'm not even sure if raising kids or having kids, which one is more difficult. Because raising is continuous, because you have them only once. After 9 months or thereabout, you are finished with having. Raising is for the rest of your life. Because you have to help them decipher what course they will study. Then as they are growing, you find out different ones will have different areas of challenges you need to help them work on. Nobody taught us all this one. So if you're a bread seeker, you will permanently be begging for bread every second. But if you go to the bakery, when you're having issues with your child and you know how to do alone with God, you will go and seek God. God will say, this one, he will be a worshiper. This one, he will be a banker. This one, God will start giving. Don't go to that school, go to this school. You know it's not every school that is good for every child. You can have 3 children and they should go to 3 different schools. But some people say, no, this is the only school, all of them. No, this school might be tailored for this one, but it's not good at all for this one. So you see that the Christian life is not something you can do by collecting bread on a daily basis from somebody. It's not something you can do. You are being robbed, Africa. I don't know what to tell people again. You can't. It's not just sustainable. How will you now raise those kids? Then after they finish career, they will now marry. And you can raise your children very godly, and one mad person will come and marry them and ruin their life. I hope you know. Can I prophesy? You will also need to pray that your children too will marry someone that is being well raised. So it doesn't start from you raising your own well. You also now be praying. Because there are some people that will come near your children. It's not even counsel you used to drive them, it's prayer you used to drive them. Because at that time, that child might not be in a position where they can see that this one is not well. But you don't have any personal prayer life. You will go and look for where they are distributing bread for children. And that day, that might not be what they are praying for that day. You see that you have lost. When you're on a pressing path, you have already lost the battle of life. On that road, you have lost. If it's a road of begging for bread. Look, I'm blessed. But every day I still see a need to use my faith. I told one of my friends that this is not my plan. This is not the plan I had. That I'll be living like this by faith. I thought I'll reach a certain level of life where I'll just relax. I still need my faith every day of my life. While all this one is happening, age is now coming. And nobody told you that when you hit 40, there are certain changes that happen to your body. When you hit 50, there are certain changes that happen. So if you don't prepare your feet to also know how to manage it, doctor will start giving you their own diagnosis. I don't know if you're catching what I'm saying. So there is no shortcut to having that personal time with God. Another thing that happens in the presence is that you get remembrance. There are certain things God have told you long ago. It has been so long you have forgotten. But when you go into prayer and you're wondering why you are stuck, why some notice, God will say, but I told you a long time ago that this is what you would do. But it never just occurred to you. You didn't remember. So those things, there's just so much benefit. I pray that God will deliver Nigeria, deliver the Nigerian church. Because I see a trend that is dangerous. I see a trend that is dangerous. And because many people suffer from low self-esteem, because somebody is doing something that looks like it's working, every other person is copying it. We're now a country of daily prayer. Every pastor, every platform is doing prayer for people daily. And there's nothing, it's ordinarily it shouldn't be bad if the content of the prayer is good. Ordinarily it shouldn't be bad. We can pray daily if I'm helping you know how to know your Father. That's not bad. But if I'm carrying you every day to give you bread, I'm deceiving you. I'm deceiving you. You will never grow. One of the best things one of my friends did for me one day, when I was a young pastor, I used to wear tie that time. I don't know who tied my neck, but I used to wear tie that time. The devil is a liar. As I grew, I free myself. Because that time, as a pastor, you must wear tie. You know, some of you are too young to know this, but some of you are mature enough to know. You must wear tie if you're a pastor. If you're a real pastor, you must have tie. So I used to wear tie, but I didn't know how to knot tie. I just hated that process. So if I knot my tie, I keep it like that, knotted for the rest of my life. If I have a new tie, I have to get somebody to knot it. So every time I want to wear a new color, I get a new tie. There's a guy on my street I used to go to every day to knot my tie. So one day, he said he's not going to knot the tie. And this is my friend. He's not my mentor. He's my friend. I say, Oga, no, help me knot tie. They'll go for service. He said no. I said, what's wrong? You know? I vex. When they do this, okay, he said, no, I can't move to begging. Look, see, it's for the work of the Lord. You know, if you use bone face, you don't work, you use begging. I said, for the guy say, no. I've been knotting tie for you for how long? You've still not learned how to knot tie. My brother, after that day, I knew that I couldn't be in bondage to another person. I learned how to knot tie. I wish African church can learn that. That one day, there will be no pastor. There will be no prophet. There will be no nobody. It's only you and that situation. But you've never learned how to pray. All you've learned is how to collect bread, beg for bread. You've never learned how to pray. You can't pray one prayer. You can't stand 1 hour, only you and God, and have content, have discussion, have revelation. You can't. All you have learned about prayer is line up for bread. The issue with somebody giving you bread is that the day toast bread, they hungry you. Now still the same loaf they go give you. The day slice bread, they hungry you. Now still the same loaf and they share, they go give you. Somebody getting what I'm saying? Does it make sense to you? Will you desire to chase God on a personal level from now? Never value a public prayer more than your personal time. And I pray for everyone that's under my voice who will hunger and thirst for that personal encounter with God. In the name of Jesus. Amen.